How's it going, guys? Gabe here from RC Cincy, and I just want to have a little bit of shot talk. Basically, my SEMA X5C-1, I haven't had that out in months and months. I can't even remember last time I even flew that. It's been a long time. I know it got damaged really bad the very last time I flew it. I don't even want to talk about it. Basically got crushed. You can see where it's been glued and kind of put together like Frankenstein. I did take off the prop guards, the landing gear, and the camera for weight reduction. It is a very, very fun flyer. Compared to the standard X5C, it is way better in the sense that the flight control or the board or an update to software, I don't know what it is, but it just simply flies so much better. The batteries are charging, which I'll get into that actually right now, might as well. It uses the 500s, but it came with two extra 600 milliamp single cell batteries. It's got the 500 original over here charging. For some reason, this cheap Chinese charger or whatever it is will not charge more than two batteries, those big ones at a time. I've actually had an issue with this one that it stopped charging on one of its plugs, or it just can't handle charging 5 batteries at once. Now these are the 380s that I use for a lot of my drones. I love those batteries. 25C, here's one right here that is charged. I had to charge it separately on a different charger. There's got batteries in it. The controller, obviously it's toy grade, but it's the fun flyer. The B-03 is a absolute amazing drone. It's fast and powerful. I was gonna fly that as well. I just wanted to get a fix in flying. It is a Pro, so I don't think this one does not have altitude hold. It is a fun flyer. On high settings, it's incredible. You can even go even further with the load button. It does have, obviously, the power connects in there, and then you also have a connection for like a all-in-one camera, or you can have one plug right there for the receiver, and then another plug for the camera on top. So it has two different power sources you can tap into, so it can easily haul a camera and a receiver or transmitter or whatever you want to call it. This thing is just incredible. It only has a 300 milliamp battery, but it's a 35 through 70 C discharge rating. Has a bolt clay sticker on it, nothing special. That's one of my favorite flyers right there. And the battery is charged. Now, here's my biggest gripe I've had. It was last week, I actually shot an entire video about this, and it corrupted, or I couldn't post it, or it just like disappeared. I was in the process of uploading it. And then it just never got uploaded. Nothing happened. No record that I even tried to upload it. So, never understood that. But the issue what I had with the V950, now this is supposed to be a 3D helicopter. What really made me mad is the very first time I flew this. I've flown helicopters before, not in collective pitch mode, which you can avoid by just putting in 6G, makes it, you know, has stabilization, all of them fun features. Well, not fun, but beginner-friendly features. So, sorry, I got it caught there. I was flying this, and literally, I was flying in the air and just pretty much felt like I was giving it throttle, like I could hear the motor almost, and the blades weren't spinning. It just dropped out of the sky. That's when I bent the back of the boom. I don't know if I did a video on that a while back, but it bent that. So I bent it back, thought nothing of it, looked at everything, seemed to be fine. It's straight. It should have no effect on it flying. So, you know, and I haven't flown it for a few weeks prior to that. So, you know, a couple weeks go by, so I'll go ahead and order this. I'm thinking it's no big deal. $8 aluminum boom, so I'll order that. No big deal, right? So I go to fly it. I'm like, hey, I might as well do a video on it. So I go to fly it, and I take off. I'm starting to move around. All of a sudden, same exact thing happens. I basically lose power mid-flight. This time, it hits on its side on concrete. Well, over my sidewalk. I was generally flying in front of my yard. You know, I wasn't set on doing a video, but I wanted to make sure it flew okay. And basically damaged 2 of the non-digital servos that are so loud if you damage them. They're the most annoying noise you'll ever hear. I don't know if this little... See, that feels like it's moving now. So I think it was this that moved on me. That right there, I think, is supposed to be limited or down here to where it only lets this move up and down so much. And I guess it moved so far down that it did not have contact with that gear right there. Now you can see where it kind of caught the top of the gear. Let me spin this. See right there? How it kind of like caught the top of the gear and stripped it. It didn't make full contact. It was like catching the corner of it. So the servos, 2 of the servos are bad. They're junk. I'm just going to replace all 3 servos. This broke off, but I don't know if it's going to be an issue. If someone knows about helicopters, please let me know. See on this side, there's 2 in between, kind of part of the main head or whatever. Well, on this side, it's only one snapped off. Instead of being 2 on the other side, one snapped off. So I don't know if I could put like a piece of plastic and glue it, or if that's not going to be an issue. I don't know. You know, the motor works fine, the battery charges fine, the inputs are fine, but the servos are just junk. I pretty much junked them. I'm going to go ahead and replace the tail boom as well, just in case. But it's just upsetting, you know. You spend, I think I spent $119 because I went ahead and got the expedited shipping to get this. They did throw an adapter. I was surprised my fiance caught that, thank goodness. I do have the main gear right there. You don't have to buy 3 servos. The factory ones were like $8 or $9 a piece. They were analog. I don't know, because I know they plug into the board right here. As well, if someone knows anything about this, please comment. I've had a few helicopters, and I see how that plugs in right there. I don't think that's the standard micro servo. It might be connectors right there, which I have no problem, you know, replacing one at a time, putting them back or whatever. I might have to splice the wires and connect it to this kind of connector. I mean, it's 3 wires just like any servo. So, you know, I just have to make sure the wires are long. I'm sure if I get like micro airplane servos or something of that nature, they're long as well. So I shouldn't have any issue. I'm just going to get a decent digital servo. Nothing crazy, nothing too expensive. I'm going to get 3 of those. And hopefully I could figure out where it got loose at, if this, how it moved so much, or if the servos weren't set right, or what it may be. I might have to end up visiting a local hobby shop to get to the bottom of it. If I plug it in, sorry, I just set that down. So I'm just going to set it down again for just a second. I apologize. Plug this in real quick so you can hear how bad that sounds and how it is. So there's a helicopter. So right now they're all holding true. That is weird. But yet, see how this, right now this wash plate should not move right now. The servos are not moving. So do you see what I'm saying? It's not set right. I don't know if it's supposed to be up against there like that, then it's supposed to go down or up or what. I'm not sure how to properly set that. I don't know if that was loose or what just was not set or what, why. But basically, by basically losing power, I wrecked this. You know, hold on 1 second. I got to disconnect this. Almost accidentally pulled out that wire trying to do it one-handed. So there's a speed control there. There's all the components, the brushless motor. I watched videos on this thing. This thing performs extremely well. Love the controller. Not too fond of the charger, but hey, I had that small charger. The body looks nice. It's between a 200 and a 300 helicopter. I had an old school Blade CP helicopter. Loved the thing, you know. That's why I wanted one. I wasn't going to start out doing 3D, you know, stunts in the beginning. Now I got to figure out which battery light went out. So I guess I could wait for all of them. Huh? I guess that's one correctly. And another one correctly. Huh. Let's see. Wow, that's amazing. I just guessed which ones were charged. That doesn't happen too often. Let me plug this one back up. Whoops. There we go. Uh-oh, now the light ain't going. Oh, goodness. You know what the problem is, too? I shaved the sides of these batteries. So it is positive to the right. I had it correctly. So I plugged them in at the same time. So if one of them charged, probably all of them, the lights can't really go out. I shaved the sides. You know how they have these little notches right here on the sides? Well, what I did is I shaved, come on, focus, the sides. So, like, for instance, how this kind of looks, I use these for, like, the JJRC H36, maybe? Whatever it was, that JJRC, I used those batteries for it. A couple other drones I had that took this style battery, I just shaved the sides off. It actually worked, as long as you don't do any damage to the plug when you plug it in. So, just waiting. I guess this one went out, so this one must be charged. So I'm basically just charging up some batteries to do some flying with those two drones. I really, really wanted to fly this for you guys. Man, it's just such a bummer. I don't know. Like, these servos kind of work. I don't want a chance of flying and then one of them going berserk and then just not being able to, you know, turn away from danger or just fly it correctly. They seem like they work okay. They're starting to come back, or I don't know if they're stripped, or maybe, I don't know what happened. So it's just really upsetting. When you actually try to move it, you'll hear the noise. Two of them are really bad. It's just so upsetting, you know, when you spend that kind of money on a helicopter. Granted, I know it's not like a T-Rex line that's like, you know, 400, 300, 500, even up to, you know, 15 grand or 1500. So it's not like I spent an arm and a leg. I did spend, you know, my hard-earned money on this. I've seen so many videos where people doing stunts with them, just having a blast. I know the tail rotor motor or something isn't the greatest on this, but for me, what I was gonna, you know, fly around with and maybe learn to fly inverted with it, it would have been perfect, honestly. So just a little bummed out about that. I am gonna get them servos as soon as I can. I think I'm just gonna have to go to a local hobby shop unless someone can point me in the right direction. Maybe I could find a video of how to properly set everything up with the servos and this gear down here. Make sure it's always contacting the motor. That's the issue I had. So I think once I get that squared away, I think that's going to be a really fun helicopter. I mean, it has the power. I've seen the amazing, I could hear the power, you know, before it just basically dropped out of the sky. Man, it was so stressful. So she's on the way to pick up my nephew. Now, what we also might do is this airplane right here. I actually had to fix it. He was flying it when I was installing my new storm door, which I absolutely love, by the way. He was flying this, and he wrecked it a few times. You can see how the front end bent a little bit. And then I glued it was starting to split, so I glued those together. This little black, like, fake landing gear or something just to keep the back end from rubbing. When that came off, I glued it back on. And that was all the damage he did, and he was wrecking it hard on concrete. So obviously this can take a beating. He was having an issue to where it would just he would take off, and then it would just go too hop like this, stall, and then drop, and then go and hit the ground. So I don't know if I got to mess with that, adjust that back end, how much of an angle on it, if you have to do throttle management, or how to, you know, I haven't done too much research on how to fly this properly. Me and him is probably going to do a video on it to try to fly it. So, you know, unfortunately, that's a built-in battery. So, you know, you get one flight. But it does say up to 15 minutes for one flight. So it probably has a decent battery in there. This weighs nothing, so it probably doesn't burn that much juice anyways. So, just to let you guys know, probably here in the next week or so, I'm going to try to get out the nitros, get them on the ramps, take them bashing, get out the T-Maxes, the Dirt Stadium Tomahawk. Hopefully I can run the RS4 right here. RS4 kit. It's actually my fiance's brother's kit. He said I can do a video on it and all that, but I just want him to be there when I run the kit. It's a very expensive kit. You know, he got that for his birthday, so I don't want to damage it. I'm going to be very careful with that. I also want him to be there to enjoy it with me. So hopefully that video happens soon. And then also the guest appearance for our other brother. has a really cool vehicle. I'm just gonna tell you the brand. It's Traxxas. He was gonna let me feature it on a channel as well. I'm sorry, I had to show you guys this. That should be soon, and I just stuck some Apple sticker on my case. That's just funny. That's my Spark. Those are the 2 prizes you can win. Please don't forget to enter into that. It's Saturday is when I announced it. I'm thinking about 10 days or so should be the winners. Don't wait till last minute to enter. I'd get on that. So hopefully these batteries the rest of them get finished charging up. I can wait for her and get just get a big, decent camera person to kind of follow this because it is fun and zippy. I'm also probably going to fly this as well because I really enjoyed this, or I might fly with my nephew as well. So that's just a little bit of shop talk and just a little bit of disappointment with one of my kits. It's actually not a kit, I didn't assemble it, but one of my RCs. So hopefully I can get to the bottom of it. I know it does have collective pitch. It wasn't enabled, so, you know, I don't know why it did what it did, where it just basically dropped out of the sky. It wasn't like I put negative pitch, I could see, because it went faster down. It was just like you could hear the motor spinning, and this just wasn't spinning. I guess this went too low down or came off, or set screw or something isn't in there right. But I'll get to the bottom of it, and hopefully I'll let you guys know. If you do know anything about this or any tips or anything, please leave it in the comment section below. It's a great kit. I wish I would have done more research on it, checking. It gets assembled in China. I'm not saying they're the worst assembly or anything, but just look over it. Don't have the experience I had so far. I'm not saying that it's bad or good. I just haven't really got a chance to really fly it. I think both times I maybe flew 20 seconds, 15 seconds, maybe less the second time. So really, I couldn't enjoy it or experience it. So that's a big bummer, to me. Hopefully I get to the bottom of it, figure out what it is, get it straightened out. And then also the Soldier was what I like to call it. This thing is going through hell. I was actually in the process of getting ready to shoot a video for you guys. So you guys know that I shot this and flew in the front yard with a 2-cell. And I decided to pop in my 3-cell with the adapter, of course, XT60 to XT30. And I was zipping pretty high up. I chose to fly higher up because it is more powerful, faster. That way I didn't want to hit anything. And I was pretty high up. This tree was just a monster. It was so tall. And I was kind of not downhill, but further, my line of sight. And I thought I had enough height. And I caught the top of it. And one of these got damaged, which is no problem. I have 4 more. I replaced it. But the canopy is either stuck in a tree or landed on one of the roofs or landed on the carport that was nearby. So I'm going to just have to order that 3-pack, the blue, the white, and I think the black. It's like a 3-pack or something like that. And they just snap in. So that's cool because I'll have more colors. But no damage really happened to it. I wanted to do, comparing the 3 batteries, stock, aftermarket 2-cell and then 3-cell. I also wanted to do the stock and then the tri-blades and then the bullnose. The adapter is broke from the accident, so I'll have to get a new adapter for the 3-cell. The voltage alarm that I had to put on there for the 3-cell because it does not work for 3-cell, obviously. That came off. I have to retape that or something. It was just really upsetting, that happened. I love this drone. I mean, it hit hard, and it flies perfectly fine. I've wrecked this maybe twice. The first time, just not paying attention, zipping, and then clipping the top of that tree. Felt really confident with it. I love the range, love the way it flies. It was just a big bummer, but luckily it's nothing major. I could pick it up and fly it right now, so that's the good news about it. So, I just wanted to give you a few updates and what I got going on. Just a lot I still have to do. Oh, and I never did a couple tests on a couple of things. So, I actually don't remember that I ever did a flight. I know I did an unboxing on the MJX X600. I don't remember that I ever posted a flight or did a flight. I knew on the U818A HD, I know I did not do a flight test on that. I think the Ishii needs maybe a flight test. Don't mind my blacktop stuff. I'm getting ready to go to laundromat, put that in a bag down here, and take it to the laundromat. Can't wash it at the house. You'll ruin your washer and dryer. But anyways, I get sidetracked. So I still have waiting on 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries. And then she should be on her way back with our nephew and her sister. And then hopefully we can go to a park or somewhere and fly the airplane and also fly this really 2 fun drones for you guys. Please, if you have any comments or any suggestions or anything that I can, parts-wise or servos you would recommend, videos that may have, how to set it up, stuff like that, please post it below. I would greatly appreciate it. Plus, someone else might stumble across it. Hey, that might fix a problem or fix an issue with theirs. Please post it below. Obviously, keep it family friendly. Don't forget about the giveaway. 10 days or so, and then that's pretty much it. So I just want to have a little shop talk. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.